Hello everyone, welcome you to the sixth lecture of Applied Thermodynamics subject. Today's topic is psychrometry. So first of all, what is this term mentioned? A psychrometry. So it is the study of the properties of air and water vapor mixture. So here the term of psychrometry, which is the science of the study of the properties of air and water vapor mixtures. And the atmospheric air is considered to be the mixture of dry air and water vapor. So first of all, the atmospheric air, which is the mixture of dry air and water vapor. So let's understand what is the dry air. So dry air is a mechanical mixture of the all these gases of oxygen, nitrogen, then carbon dioxide, hydrogen, argon, neon, then krypton, helium, ozone, and xenon. So first of all, the dry air is the mechanical mixture of these all the gases, and among from them, however, oxygen and nitrogen, which make up the major part of the combination. It means that the major value of this from this all gases, the highest value of the oxygen and the nitrogen gas which is present in the dry air. So here first of all, the dry air is considered to consist of 21 percentage of oxygen and 79 percentage of the nitrogen by volume. It means that the value of oxygen and nitrogen as compared to all the other gases is higher, and also the dry air which consists the 23 percentage of oxygen and the 77 percentage of the nitrogen by mass. But however, the completely dry air which does not exist in nature, it means that in the case of atmosphere there must be some amount of water vapor which is present in the case of atmospheric air or in the case of dry air. So here you can see the completely dry air which does not exist in nature, there would be some amount of water vapor, or we can say the moisture content which must be present in the case of atmospheric air, or we can say the dry air with all the value of, or with all this mixture of gases. So now the water vapor in varying amounts is diffused through it. So it means that some amount of water vapor which must be present in the case of dry air or atmospheric air. So here the water vapor, or you can say the moisture, is present in the air, then the air is called the moist air. So here you can see if there is any water vapor, or you can say the moisture which is present in the dry air or in the air, then this type of air which calls the moist air. It means that the moist air, which is the mixture of dry air and water vapor. So now if PA and PW are the partial pressures of dry air, and PW is the partial pressure of water vapor respectively, then according to the Dalton's law of partial pressure, the value of PA plus PW is equal to P, where P is the value of the atmospheric pressure. So here you can see the atmospheric pressure P is the addition of PA plus PW, where PA is the pressure of a dry air and PW is the pressure of water vapor. And now the mole fraction of a dry air is given by XA, where X which indicate the mole fraction and a suffix a which indicate the dry air. So here the value of XA is the ratio of PA upon P. But here, as we all know, that the value of atmospheric pressure is 1. It means that if we place the value of P as 1 atmospheric, then the value of XA becomes PA. So the mole fraction of a dry air is equal to the value of ratio of dry air. And also the value of mole fraction of water vapor XW is equal to the value of PW upon P, or you can say it is equal to the value of PW as the value of atmospheric pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere. So now, as we note that the value of PW is very much small than the saturation temperature of water vapor at PW is less than the atmospheric temperature T atmospheric. So the water vapor in air which exists in the superheated state, and hence the air is said to be unsaturated. So here is the line, and this whole line the value of water, or you can say the value of water vapor P, or the water vapor pressure which remains same on this whole line. And here you can see this is also known as the constant pressure lines. So these two lines are the constant pressure lines, and here is the curve is known as the saturation curve. Here is the critical point, and this line indicate the saturated vapor line. So this line is indicated by saturated vapor line, and this line from the critical point to the left side is known as the saturated liquid line. Saturated liquid line. And here into the dome, the phase of any substance is the mixed phase, or you can say the liquid plus gaseous phase. And here from the right side of this saturated vapor line, the phase of any substance which becomes the superheated state. So here first of all the value of TATM which is situated at the superheated region. It means that if the value of water vapor pressure is say PW, then according to the T atmospheric, or you can say the atmospheric temperature which is situated in the superheated region, it means that the phase of the water vapor which becomes superheated gas or superheated vapor. So here you can see the phase of the water vapor is superheated, and somehow if the value of temperature of air which gets decreased, then the superheated foam which is converted into the saturated gas, and this point of temperature which is known as the dew point temperature, when some amount of water vapor which begins to condensate. And here is the value of saturation pressure. So here you can see the pressure of water vapor which is less than saturation pressure. It means that its phase is superheated phase. And here is a curve of a TS diagram where T indicate the value of temperature and S indicate the value of entropy. And here is the shape of the saturation curve. This line is known as the saturated vapor line, and the left side line is known as the saturated liquid line. And inside these two lines, or inside this dome, the phase of any substance which becomes the liquid plus gaseous, or you can say the mixed phase, or you can say the wet region. And if there is any substance which is situated at the right side of a saturated vapor line, then its phase becomes the superheated phase. So here you can see the point which is situated in the superheated region. It means that the phase of the water vapor which becomes the superheated at the value of Pw is given. Now, the next topic is the relative humidity. So, first of all, this relative humidity, which is mentioned by the term R dot H, or you can say it is given by this term of phi. So, phi and RH, which are the symbol of this term relative humidity, so which is defined as the ratio of partial pressure of water vapor, or you can say Pw, in a mixture to the saturation pressure PS of the pure water at the same temperature of the mixture. So here you can see the RH or phi, or you can say the value of relative humidity, which is given by the Pw upon PS, where Pw is the value of partial pressure of water vapor, and this PS is the value of the saturation pressure of the pure water at the same temperature of the mixture, in which the water vapor which gets mixed with the dry air. So now, if the water is injected into the unsaturated air in a container, then the water will evaporate, which will increase the moisture content of the air, and the value of Pw will be increased. So now this will continue till air becomes the saturated at that temperature, and there will be no more evaporation of water. So once the air which gets saturated, then it will not consist more amount of water into it. So it is known as the saturated air. So here for the saturated air, the value of relative humidity is 100%. And here, first of all, assuming the water vapor is as an ideal gas, then here is the equation of Pw into V is equal to Mw into Rh2O into T is equal to Nw into R bar T. And also PSV is equal to Ms Rh2O T, and is also is equal to Ns R bar T. So here is the equation of PV is equal to MRT. And if we here where M indicates the mass, so and here is also equation PV is equal to N R bar T, where N is the value of moles. So in the case of water vapor, the value of P, which is given by Pw, the value of volume which is placed as it is, and here the value of mass which is given by mw, and also the value of r which is given by rh2o, and also the value of temperature which remains same, so it placed as it is. In the case of moles, the value of moles of water vapor is given by nw, and here r bar is the value of universal gas constant, which is always remains constant, and its value is 8.314. Into T place as it is, because here the value of temperature which remains constant, and here for the saturated air or for the saturation terms, or we can say the value of pressure which is given by Ps into V is equal to Ms into Rh2O into T and Ns into R bar T. So here the where V is the volume and T is the temperature of air, and here the subscripts W and S which indicating the unsaturated and the saturated states of air respectively. And also this phi, or you can say the value of relative humidity, is given by P, that by it is given by the ratio of Pw to Ps, and also it is given by Mw by Ms. So here this phi is also given by the mass of water vapor in a given volume of air at the temperature T upon the mass of water vapor when the same volume of air which is saturated at the temperature T, and also it is given by Nw upon Ns and Xw upon Xl. Here this term which is mentioned as the saturated air, it means that now you can not add some amount of water vapor inside this air, so that air which is known as the saturated air. It means that the value of phi which is equal to 100%. And here is the another term which is the specific humidity or humidity ratio. So first of all, what is this term? So this term specific humidity, or you can say the humidity ratio, which is given by the symbol of capital W. So it is defined as the mass of water vapor, or we can say the mass of moisture per unit mass of dry air in the mixture of air and water vapor. So if the value of mass of dry air is given by capital G, and here the mass of water vapor which is given by small m, then the value of specific humidity, or you can say the humidity ratio, is given by small m upon capital G. So here first of all this term specific humidity which is gets the maximum value when the air is saturated at the temperature T, or we can say the value of W max is equal to Ws when the air gets saturated. So here you can see the mass of air becomes Ms, and G is the mass of dry air. If a dry air and water vapor which behave as ideal gases, then here we know the equation PV is equal to MRT for any ideal gas is. So here first of all, in the case of water vapor, the value of pressure which is given by Pw into V is equal to mRw into T, because here the mass of water vapor is small m, and R is the value of gas constant of water vapor, and here the value of T is the value of temperature for the water vapor. And here in the case of dry air, the value of pressure which is given by PA, the value of volume which is given by V, and the volume and the value of mass which is given by G into RA. So RA is the characteristic gas constant for dry air, and T is the value of temperature. So here you can see the value of V and T which remains the same. So here first of all, if we want to find out the value of specific humidity or humidity ratio, then it is given by this symbol capital W, which is equal to small m upon capital G. So here this term TT and VV which gets cancelled out. So the remaining terms are PW upon a PA and into RA upon RW. So here we know that from the Dalton's law, the value of atmospheric pressure, which is the summation of atmospheric pressure plus water vapor pressure. So here instead of PA, I can also write P minus PW. So now instead of PA here, P minus, it is written as P minus PW. And here the value of RA is equal to R bar upon MA, where R bar is the value of universal gas constant and its value always remains constant, 8.134, and here the molecular mass of the air, which is this value, having the value of 28.96. Similarly, the value of characteristic gas constant for water vapor, so it is equal to R bar upon MW, where R bar is the universal gas constant and its value always remains constant, 8.134 into MW, which is the value of molecular mass of the water vapor, which is equal to 18. So if you solve this, you can find the value of a specific humidity or humidity ratio is equal to 0.622 into a PW upon P minus PW. So where P is the atmospheric pressure, and if the value of PW is constant, then the value of a W also remains the constant or also remains same. So now if the air which is saturated at the value of a temperature is say T, then the value of specific humidity or humidity ratio, which is given by the symbol capital W, is equal to capital WS is equal to 0.622 PW upon P minus PS, or you can say PS upon P minus PS, where PS is the value of saturation pressure of water vapor at the value of temperature is T. So here are some questions for you. Define and explain following. First term is the psychrometry, then dry air, moist air, then relative humidity, and the specific humidity, or we can say the humidity ratio. You have to solve all these questions and send it to Google Classroom.